Annyeong, I'm Henners, and I take a look at my cinematic blind spots. I thought it was about time that I take a look at the Lee Chang-dong 2018 film, Burning. This has quite the reputation. It is commonly regarded as one of the top 5 Korean films ever made, and along with that, Korean Screen also rated it the #1 Korean film of all time. So these are very high expectations I have right now. It also won the Fipresci Prize at Cannes, so let's go. So Burning is about a character named Jong-soo who is an aspiring writer, and after his dad is arrested due to assault of a civil servant, he goes back to his dad's farm to take care of it. And while going about his day, he bumps into an old high school classmate named Hae-mi, whose free-spirited attitude entices him. And while out for drinks, she asks him if he will take care of her cat while she's away in Kenya on a trip. Though it appears that the cat is not there, he agrees anyway. They have sex, and she goes off on a trip while he starts to obsess over her, although she cools and is going to return prematurely. And when Jong-soo goes to the airport to greet her, she's brought back someone with her, a mysterious man named Ben, played by Stephen Yeun. I had to watch this twice, which I don't usually do on this channel, but I had to. About halfway through, I was asking myself, where is this going? Because it feels very aimless. And then it started to pick up a bit and become something more. And by the end, I appeared to get it, or did I? So I watched it again with some friends who didn't really care for it. But it did solidify my opinion that this is a masterpiece. So before I go into my analysis and my thoughts on the film, I thought I'd do something a bit different today. Given the title of this film is Burning, I thought why not try and talk about the film while having some bulldog samyang fire noodles, and I've also got some extra sauce here. It's probably going to be hot enough with the sachet as it is, but I thought, but yeah. Why not up the ante? Oh god, this is a stupid idea. I also have a nice bowl to go with it, although this isn't Korean, but it'll do. I'm not looking forward to this. Just chuck in some chili oil. And now the sauce. Fuck, that looks black. Let's add the flakes. Add a bit of soy sauce. Here we go. There they are. I thought I'd prepare myself, so obviously got some Korean beer. I have some Korean water because maybe that'll help me. I've also got my good pal Häagen-Dazs in case things go tits up. Fuck's sake. I probably don't need more than I already have, but fuck it. Give that a smell. It doesn't smell particularly spicy, but you know, looks can be deceiving. Oh shit, that was too much. That was too much. What are you doing, Henry? Oh my god. I'm just gonna mix this. Cheers. So far, this wasn't a huge mistake because this is bearable. Obviously I'm going to be eating the whole bowl, but currently it's not like absolutely insane level of spice, so I'm just going to plow on. There are so many themes going on in this film, whether it be jealousy, class struggle, feminism, obsession, privilege, among others. It'll be at the back of the throat now. Jong-soo's a rather pathetic individual, and he has what he believes to be a romance with Hae-mi. But when Ben enters the picture with his lavish lifestyle and social circles, along with his good looks, charm, and sports car, he feels inadequate and frustrated. You're feeling strung along by the movie like Jong-soo may feel by Hae-mi, who in his eyes is into Ben. Then the second half kicks in, which starts with a gorgeous shot where Hae-mi dances in the twilight with her shirt off, like the tribe she talks about earlier on in the film. Then you have the match that starts to ignite the film and where it starts to get going. When Ben confides in Jong-soo that he sets fires to greenhouses in his spare time and that he does it every few months. Oh, fuck. Jong-soo's confused by this admission and asks if he's afraid of getting caught, to which Ben replies that he doesn't worry at all, as the police don't care about such crimes. Now, he probably sat there bewildered, thinking, that's a random hobby to have. And I'm inclined to agree, something I did when I first watched it. But as the film progressed, it became clearer what was happening, and I just thought, wow, I haven't seen a film like this before. I'm not going to have any water. I'm going to try and stave off for as long as I can. You could argue the first half was not terribly engaging, therefore, why would you think so highly of it? But that's the thing, though. With a second viewing, all these little details that were littered throughout the first half become apparent, and you start to appreciate the whole film. I'm not going to go into detail on my analysis of the film vis-a-vis spoilers, because I don't want to ruin the experience for someone else, even if both my friends didn't get it at all by the end. Though, having read more and more online, the film is much more ambiguous than I thought, and maybe my opinion is just one of many interpretations of the events. With that being said, though, there are some little crumbs left out that appear to make sense of it all. Stephen Yeun gives a truly remarkable performance in this film. Look, just the way he's able to convey a message, just with a little facial expression or a smile. It's jaw-dropping, if you pardon the pun. This may be one of my favourite performances of recent memory. You could tell that there's something off about him that he's not telling us, but you never know for sure what it is. I'm sweating, man. The rest of the cast were also pretty terrific. There has been some criticism due to the portrayal of the Hae-mi character, which I do understand, but the film does have a broader message about the treatment of women in society, and I think that the portrayal is deliberately part of that conversation. After all, one of Hae-mi's colleagues does give an astute observation about how there's no country for women, and also the film is told from the perspective of Jong-soo, who at one point slut-shames her, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Honestly, I can't hold it in anymore. I need to spoil this film. It's not what you thought I was going to say, was it? Actually, no, fuck it. I need some water. Oh, fuck. That does help. Oh! That's just swelled the spice around the back of my throat. So just skip to this time mark if you really don't want any spoilers, because I'm not going to warn you again. So in the film, Hae-mi disappears and no one is able to reach her. So later on in the film, I remember the moment where all three of them are at Ben's house, and he says something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but Hae-mi asked what he meant, and he said, well, it's a metaphor. To which Hae-mi responded, what's a metaphor? At this time I was surprised someone doesn't know what a metaphor was. And he said, just ask Jong-soo, with this little grin. It was towards the end I remember that moment, and then it clicked. He was preempting his conversation about his secret of burning down greenhouses. He's actually telling Jong-soo he murders young women who won't be missed by anyone. He clearly stated that the police don't care about such crimes. Along with this, Jong-soo says he'll look for greenhouses for him to burn down, and Ben tells him that he's already found one near to where Jong-soo lives. So he goes every day to the greenhouses in his area, and they're always intact. And so he starts stalking Ben and pretends that he's bumped into him at a cafe and asks directly if he did end up burning down the greenhouse. And he implies that he did. And Jong-soo's confused as he looked around and couldn't find any evidence of this and couldn't have missed it. And then Ben replies, but you did. And also the way that he was talking about Hae-mi.
혜미는 그냥 연기처럼 사라졌어요.
Makes me wonder if he was literally burning bodies. But in any case, this is an excellent comment on inequality amongst the class system, which is shown with Jong-soo's father, a working class farmer who's being sentenced to prison for many months, or maybe over a year, I can't remember exactly. My mind's racing at the moment. For assault of a civil servant. Yet Ben is literally getting away with murder. Others online seem to believe that none of this happened and it's all in Jong-soo's head. The second half of the film is all his new novel that he's writing. Believe what you want, but he had that putty cat. There's more to discuss, even with spoilers, but even to those who haven't seen it but were curious, I don't want to give away everything, so you can just see the rest for yourself. The score from Moog is just foreboding and insidious. There's this creepy and atmospheric quality to it that elicits unease just brilliantly. And the cinematography from Hong Kyung-pyo, who also shot Mother and Parasite, the use of light and dark as well as the colours are really beautiful. have to hand it to Lee Chang-dong. He directed the hell out of this film. It is superbly written too. I know this is based on the Murakami work, who was also adapted recently with Drive My Car last year, which was my favourite film of 2021. This film floored me, and though I was expecting big things, I wasn't expecting to love it quite as much as I did, but there you are.
I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10.
I don't think this quite usurps Parasite and Old Boy. It is certainly a special film, and I'm still thinking about it weeks after having seen it. I'll continue to speak about how magnificent it is. So those are my thoughts on Burning. Oh, it really is burning. I think the water made it worse in the long run, but there's a little bit of respite, even if it's just for a brief second. Yeah, now it's back. With a vengeance. Oh, let me know what you thought of the film in the comments if you've seen it. I'd be very interested to hear other people's interpretations of this film. There's so many of them, it seems. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Letterboxd for more of my opinions on cinema in general. Honor and Yogi Gaji. Annyeong. I made that harder than it needed to be. Oh, this hits the spot. I don't recommend trying this. It might be better if I didn't just douse it in the sauce, but hey, it's my funeral.